All the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors goes out to the other apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, I'm going to just go in on... Oh, and by the way, my last video, I know at the beginning I realized that it didn't have any audio for the whole the YouTube video with Shakira. But if you fast forward that, I don't know if you brothers tried to watch it and then turned it off because you couldn't hear. After the Shakira interview, the audio comes back. So just a heads up on my last video that was through the Spirit I remembered to say. But anyway, this is Psalm 27. In verse 1, it says, Yahawah is my strength, Yahawah is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Yahawah is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? All right, yeah, you get bold and we're not supposed to fear when we're out there teaching the scriptures. When we're teaching the truth, the Spirit's on you, you shouldn't have no fear. Verse 2, when the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart, which is mine, my mind shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. All right? So, because knowing that we have Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi on our side, we're confident in anything, really. If the Spirit's on you and you're sincere in this knowledge, then you're not going to fear nothing. Yahweh's going to give you that bold, confident spirit. Verse 4. One thing I have desired of Yahawah, that I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of Yahawah all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of Yahawah and to inquire in his temple. All right, and so as the hopeful elect, we're always, this is our biggest fear is to the Spirit to be taken off of us. So it's saying right here that I may dwell in the house of Yahawah. And what's the house of Yahawah? Is this knowledge, this truth. All right. So that's what we ask, that we're all the days of our lives, we're in the house of Yahawah. We're in this truth. The Spirit's with us. Right. For in time of trouble, he shall hide me in his pavilion, in the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. And that's what this truth does. It gives you that stability. And we're going to be hid in that pavilion when that destruction comes. All right? In the time of trouble. Right? Let's go to that real quick. Because we're going to go into, what is it? Let's see. You remember Isaiah 26 and 20. Yeah. It says, Isaiah 26 and 20, come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as if it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. All right, so, it said in Psalm, he shall, in the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. And when you're in this truth, when that destruction comes, this is how we're going to hide. We're going to be in those chariots, what they call the UFOs. This is, come, my people, enter thou into the chambers. And enter into the chamber of the chariot. And shut thy doors, right? The door's going to shut. And then we're going to hide ourselves for a moment. A little moment, it says, until the indignation be overpassed. Talking about that nuclear destruction coming to Babylon. So, let me go back to Psalm 27. And let me see, I'm on verse 5. 6. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, I will sing praises unto Yahawah. And one of the sacrifices that if you're in this truth is knowledge. If you're teaching, you're sacrificing your own body, right? You're out in the street corners teaching, and that's looked at as a sacrifice. Let's get Romans 12:2. It says, I'll start at 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. Okay, it's reasonable service for us. If you have a Bible, you have legs, you have car, you have gas, to get you to the camp, then that's your reasonable service. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. See, so we're out there that our bodies are a living sacrifice, out there teaching. Psalm 27. And that's our sacrifice of joy. We do that with joy in our heart, in our mind. We praise Yahawah. You look forward to going to camp, and then there's days when maybe you don't want to go to camp, but you go to camp, and then your spirit's lifted. But those of us who have been doing this for a little while, of course our elders way ahead of us, but you get that endurance. We're in the majority of our camp is an endurance camp. I can say everybody's got they're sincere, and everybody wants to be at camp. This is Psalm 27 and let's see, 7. It says, hear Yahawah when I cry with my voice, and have mercy also upon me and answer me. And when do we cry? We cry when we're out in the streets, the street corners, right? The men that sigh and cry. That's in Ezekiel 9. Here's an example of us crying. And Yahawah said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So, the ones who are out there sighing and crying, for the abominations that we're in the middle of. This world is vexing to us. Babylon vexes the true men of Yahawah. So we're crying out to our power, to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai, saying, hey, we're tired of these abominations around us. That's what you do at the camps. And in the process, if we're those men, we're going to get a mark in our foreheads, which is that tawah, which is a mark of exemption from being destroyed. All right. The elect are going to get a mark, that tawah, in their foreheads. All right. This is a righteous mark, not like the mark in Revelation 13, which is it's a carnal, physical mark. All right. This one is a spiritual mark. The tawah is how you say it in the Hebrew. Ezekiel 9 and 4. So what else? Let me get this up. It brings up another verse to mind. Because remember, we out there crying. The word pray, we're out there crying and praying. Pray means to beg. We're begging Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, basically for the dominoes to fall, for all the chips to fall where they may, which we know where they're going to fall because of the prophecies. Let me see. Let's grab this one real quick. Proverbs 1. Remember, we're out there crying, right? That's what we just read. Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Right? And that's how it is for the elect. The words of the truth of the Bible, they're made known. We understand the scripture. A lot of these people will read these scriptures and they really don't know what it's talking about. But the elect, starting out with the Lord's prophets, the 144,000, the words are known unto us. That's why it tells you in Revelation 14:3 that we learned there's only 144,000 that could learn the song. So Proverbs 1:20, though, that's the point. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concord. So that's why the camps are in the major, metropolis, in the middle of the city. You see, saying, how long are you simple ones going to love simplicity? That's what we're telling our people. How long are you going to not remember Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai? Right? Because the elect will come into remembrance of this knowledge and this truth. So if you don't, you're hanging on to that simplicity. But let me go back to Psalm 27. And right now, you got a lot of things going on in the news, man. This is definitely a time of repentance, a time of, even if you're going off, just fix it, because this place is wicked as hell. It'll cause you to go off if you're not, diligent in this truth, seeking Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, praying that you're teaching His word soundly, correctly. This is Psalm 27:8. It says, when thou saidst, seek ye my face, my mind said unto thee, thy face, Yahawah, will I seek. And that's what the elect have done. We've been seeking the faces of Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. And we've gotten that, we received the truth in the process. We know that his face, he looks like a so-called a dark-skinned man with a big afro, woolly hair. All right. See, these Christians, these other denominations, all these false prophets, like on the TikTok false prophets, that's what I call them. They the majority of those false prophets, you have a few that are seeking Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, or they mention the true names, but the majority are in these other, they're in these calling on who, JC, and that's those prophets, those false prophets. Yahawah still hasn't shown His face to them. See, like it says right here in verse 8, when thou saidst, seek ye my face, my mind said unto thee, thy face, Yahawah, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me, put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help, leave me not, neither forsake me, O Most High of my salvation. Right? Praying for mercy constantly. But again, these other false prophets, Yahawah's hiding His face. He's hiding His face, and He's hiding His Son's face from these prophets. Right? So my screen just flipped. Let's get to verse 9. I know I'm limited here. My battery's... Well, let me plug it in real quick. Let's see. All right, we should be good. All right, let's see. Verse 10. When my father and my mother forsake me, then Yahawah will take me up. Con. Well, that's all we need is Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. The family, the true family are the ones who do the will of Yahawah. All right, verse 11. Teach me thy way, O Yahawah, and lead me in the plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of my enemies. Will of my enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. All right, so we're going to have, that's going to happen. You know, we know we're going to face persecution. We know we're going to be, you know, pursued. There's going to be a time when these laws are changed, you know, and doing good is going to be it's going to be an outlaw if you're doing good. If you're in this truth, you'll be looked at as an outlaw. That's why you're going to have a lot of enemies in this time we're coming into. You know, because for instance, if you don't take that wicked device, then you're going to have enemies against you. Because why? There's going to be men. They're showing you in these movies, these Netflix movies, you know, all this different end time movies that they have, showing you the end. People are, you know, in the Netflix series movies, you know, there's series and movies dealing with this stuff, with the end times, and they do the predictive programming. They're showing you you know, what's about to come. Black Mirrors is a series the brothers and I watched. I've only seen one episode, but I mean, it was pretty intense with the robot dogs and whatnot. And Esau has all these different these different things that he's going to use against Jake in Jacob's trouble. He got robot dogs. Google that stuff. Look at some video. Watch some videos of robot dogs. And that's just one thing, you know. So you're going to have enemies against you, man. And if you're not in this truth, if you're not, you know, steadfast and, you know, well grounded, you know, you could get killed, really. Yahawah can put that judgment on you. But you know, we keep pushing and keep grinding in hoping of protection that Yahawah will get us, because we want to go up. You know I want to go up in a chariot. I don't want to die before before the day of wrath. I want to go up in the chariot. Verse 12. But it's all Yahawah's will, you know. He's the one who picks that. We could want that all day long, and if it's not the will of Yahawah, it's not going to happen. But let me read. Where am I at? 27 and 13. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of Yahawah in the land of the living. Wait on Yahawah, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart or your mind. Wait, I say, on Yahawah. That's what we're doing. We wait on Yahawah, you know. We're hoping these prophecies, you know, come to pass, even though it could be a fearful thing, you know. Jacob's trouble, you could have some days of fear in that, you know, Jacob's trouble. Matter of fact, I'll share a quick dream, and I normally, you know, I'm not really one to have dreams pertaining to the truth. And Yahawah, you know, I had one maybe a week, last week. I had a dream that you know, some people, it was a time of sedition, right, where neighbors were coming against each other, and you know, it was Jake that was trying to invade my home in the dream I had. And I remember, I you know, I don't remember a lot of the dream, but I do remember somehow pushing Jake out of my house, because they were trying to come in and rob me. And I think it was just me. I don't think anyone else in my family was in the dream. But Jake was trying to rob me, and they had some type of machine gun. I remember pushing him out the house and bending the you know, I don't know if it's called a barrel on a machine gun, but bending the tip of the machine gun, it just bent it. And at the time, it didn't cross my mind that I did anything special or had spiritual powers, not until I woke up and thought about the dream. And then I was like, well, that, you know, I just said to myself that had to be spiritual power, a dream about spiritual power when you're sitting there bending a machine gun, and Jake's in the house. And I mean, I didn't die in the dream, but I remember I was scared. I was like, that was a scary ass dream. But anyway, you know, that's the dream that I had. And again, I'm not really one that has many dreams pertaining to this knowledge or this truth, or if I do, I don't remember them. All right. So this is Where am I at? Yeah, the last one. But we waiting on Yahawah, and we have to be of good courage. That's what's going to strengthen our mind, and being diligently in this truth, right? Let me see here. Let me get one precept to close out. Go to Isaiah. I'll close it out on Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40:31. And this is taking a little while to load, but that's what it is, man. We just got to constantly wait on Yahawah. Pray Yahawah, delivers us. I'm just gonna read it on the computer because it's not loading on my phone. I've been having some problems with my phone. This is Isaiah 40:31. It says, "But they that wait upon Yahawah shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not be faint." And actually, it's good that verse came up, because it's actually the one which is dealing with spiritual power. Because I just shared that dream, about having spiritual power. And in this verse, it talks about mounting up with wings as eagles. So as we're going to fly, right? And we're going to be able to run without getting tired, like it says in that verse, Isaiah 40:31. But I've had dreams where I could fly, and every time I've had that dream, it was always the most real dream. I remember that. But I didn't have, in my last dream that I just told you about, I didn't fly in that dream. The only thing that I thought was, spiritual power was bending the gun with ease. I remember I just bent it, But anyway, this going into those who renew our strength by waiting on Yahawah. That's what the elect, especially the prophets, we're waiting on Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. That's why we're in the news. Watchmen. You got some brothers that are really good at teaching with current events and prophecy. They link up all the events. All these different things that are happening in the news, they'll link it up to the scripture, really good. And so you can see all the signs and everything that's manifesting that we're definitely in the end. We're waiting for those two major prophecies to be fulfilled so we can get the hell out of here, the micro C-hip and then the missiles. That's what we're waiting on. So I'm going to go ahead and close out, through the Spirit. It was just Psalms 27. I started reading it. I said, you know what, I'll do this one as a lesson. So I hope it was edifying. I'm going to close out. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahawah, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors goes out to the other apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also, one acknowledge of the Akyam, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.